Welcome to Fourcast.
Apologies for the delays. We were backstage at the Oscars breaking up a fight. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Yes,
I wasn't. One of us was getting in between Chris and Will.
I was pushing Will.
So Mike still working?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we apologize for the late start. I had some issues. Yeah, we late. We late, CJ.
Late.
We here though. We here. Yeah. Another edition of the Fourcast. We review movies, documentaries, films like you've never seen before. Completely different way, different perspective. We got obviously the four of us: myself, Wilks, HRap, and Dawk. Wilks, how you doing?
I'm good. How's it going? I got the wrong light on though. I'm gonna turn that thing off. But other than that, I'm good. I think I'm awake. Yeah, I think I'm awake. I'll be right back.
How long have you been awake? That's the question.
Probably 4 minutes. Probably 4 minutes.
Honesty is key. I got
my drink.
Definitely got some honest.
That's what's important. Let's not get your priorities out of order. You understand?
Yes.
Get the drink.
I hate to slap a nigga. I hate to slap a nigga. But we'll get to that in a minute.
I love you, man. I'm not kidding. Understand something in this world. If you don't have nobody else that loves you, I
appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Sorry for you non-N-word loving people out there.
It's a few, but
Yeah, sorry. I apologize.
Again, this is the Fourcast. This ain't Siskel and Ebert.
This is true.
True. This ain't your daddy. Movie review show.
Hey, Trav, how you doing tonight?
There we go. All right.
In pain, but I'm gonna drink away the pain.
Right.
All right. Hopefully this will make the pain go away a little bit. You could be laughing a lot tonight, so I don't know if that's gonna help or make it worse.
Well, he might not be.
We're gonna see.
He may not consider this situation funny at all.
No.
Doc, how you doing?
We got a little ruby red margarita action going on today.
Very nice.
I figured it was appropriate to be a little softer with the drink today. You might even see a little pinky action because there was some softness going on last night. So.
Man, yeah, soften up them cheeks. Yeah, tenderize it.
Let's give a couple of shout outs here. We got Justin in the building. We got CJ. We already mentioned him. We got Raider Kev in the building. And Raider Kev, we definitely gonna get together. I didn't realize you in our neck of the.
Yeah, no kidding.
Definitely, we gotta get.
Kev in Arlington.
Yep.
And remind the Facebook users. I just put it in the chat.
Yeah, it's actually in the comments. If you're tuning in the you did put it there. Yeah, if you're tuning in the Facebook group, make sure to click that link so we can see who you are, see what your name is.
I'm sorry, man. It's hard for me to keep my hands off. Let me stop because I'm scrolling and going on. Forgetting you're supposed to be doing.
You're all right. I'm gonna need some help tonight. You good?
All
right. So CJ said we all some alcoholics. I'm sipping that whiskey. I don't have nothing right now, but I need something though.
Ease up on that whiskey this early, soldier. And I'm not talking about early in the night. I'm talking about early in life. Just go slow on that whiskey.
Be great.
Wait till you get Wilks age and then dig off in it.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna need it. Now you don't really need it.
You don't really need. Yeah, you don't really need it right now.
You don't really need it right now.
Yeah.
You want it,
but you don't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight, it's going to be a little bit of an interesting show. We're coming at you with Monster, which is a film.
Master.
Amazon Master.
I keep doing the same thing.
Master.
She looked like a monster.
On Amazon. But also something happened last night that we gotta definitely get to, which I actually seen it live. I talked to Dawk earlier today, and he said he didn't see it live, but I actually seen it live. I only
was on it minutes afterwards, though.
I saw it live. HRap, you never watched the awards.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
I'm with HRap. I don't typically watch it. That's why I didn't watch it live. I didn't see it live.
If you for some reason don't know what's going on, you've been sleeping under a rock or something. ChrisRock is presenting an award. He made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith about her hair. Now, to give a little bit of backstory, Jada has alopecia, which means her hair fell out. So he makes a joke, a G.I. Jane joke about her hair. And they're kind of laughing a little bit. Thank you. Will is laughing. Then he looks over at Jada, and she's looking like that wasn't funny.
Now they didn't show that part live though. They did show as soon as they showed Will laughing, the camera immediately went to Jada, and there was grave displeasure on her face.
Right.
We can only assume that when the camera showed Jada, Will turned and looked at Jada. We just have to assume that because we didn't actually see him look at Jada because he was laughing.
He was
before they cut to Jada.
Yeah.
So maybe he saw her face in a monitor, and that made him look over or something. When we saw her, he saw her.
I think so.
But they didn't show that part of when they kind of looked at each other. Mm-hmm. But whatever the look was, seconds later, he gets up, walks on stage, and we could give a play-by-play of what we was thinking. When he walked
unbuttons his jacket.
Yeah. Let me get comfortable.
I was thinking like they must have been slacking on ratings, and this could be a gimmick. And he comes up, and it almost looked like one of those actor, when you hit somebody and your head kind of stabs back, and I'm like, oh, that was unique. I mean, that was funny. Then he goes back and sits down, and he starts yelling, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." He didn't say it in those exact words. Yeah, so I'm like,
we need Mayhem to say it since you won't. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry. Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. There.
Yeah. So that's kind of what went down. So immediately I thought, oh, that wasn't real. I mean, they wouldn't, they would do that to possibly get ratings. But the minute he sat down and said what he said, I was like, nah, that was real. That came from a real place. Yeah. And I think he just snapped. But
at that point, when I was watching it live, they cut the audio. So I was like, man, what happened? Because ChrisRock was still talking, but the audio was cut. So I guess they didn't show WillSmith what he was yelling at. So I went to find that clip that I shared in the group. And that's when I found out, oh, that's why the audio, that delay was there.
Right. Well,
he was still talking.
But thank the Lord for foreign countries because there's no there's no dump button in the foreign countries. So they got it live, real, and in person.
Straight to the face.
And thank you for the internet because they immediately started posting the real deal, Holyfield.
Oh, yes.
I'm talking about minutes. I was not watching it live. And within 3 minutes, I'm on the live broadcast. And within 3 minutes, that's how quick this Twitter blew up. Facebook
even
blew
the gifs.
Up. Yeah.
The memes were, it was instant. I was like, wow.
And a little shameless plug, go over to BS3 Network's YouTube channel. And for everybody's viewing pleasure, I put together a meme montage.
Montage.
And I may end up having a part 2 because the memes is out of control. The memes is out of control. All right, you watching this live, what was your thoughts when this was going down? You thought this was real, fake?
Well, I mean, I think Jada did the typical Jada, the eye roll or whatever, and I thought they were going to leave it at that. But I did for a minute. I thought it was kind of like a skit, maybe like there's some kind of little stunt. And when I heard the sound, the impact, it just, it's like the mic was there when he hit him. But I was just like, oh, okay, well, that must have been whatever. But then that's when I said the volume went out, and I was like, oh, there's a delay. But I'm like, what is going on? And I didn't think it was real, so I kind of brushed it off, and I left it where it was. Then, kind of like what Dawk was saying, in a matter of minutes, I had an article in my news stream talking about, WillSmith. It said punch, but then they started correcting it to slap. But yeah, I was like, oh, maybe that wasn't fake, And then I started seeing, of course, Twitter was on it. Twitter was all over the place. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. I was like, really? And then, held his vest when he walked off. Like, man, say something else. It was kind of like, wow. And then ChrisRock kind of had the reaction like, man, get off me. And then he kind of calmed down real quick. And he's kind of like, okay, wow. Just smacked the shit out of me. But yeah, no, it was crazy. I was not expecting any of that.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Knox. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, tuning in the BS3 Network group. Make sure to click that link so that we can see who you are. So yeah, this all went down last night. Twitter was in an uproar immediately. And Twitter, that's where I go to see if stuff really happened. If something really died, I'd normally go to Twitter because Twitter is normally on point. But yeah, CJ saying WillSmith is a straight up punk. I don't say that's some old school slang. HRap, because you were saying initially, which I don't know if you changed.
I thought it was fake.
I thought it was fake.
And then once I realized it was real, I had no problem with it. Hey, dude, she was just, my son educated me on it. She was publicly saying that she was having issues with the whole alopecia thing. And I get it. You go from being one of the most desired people in the United States, and now you probably mentally and emotionally scarred. And like you said, he was yeah, that was funny. And ChrisRock, he was talking. He came at him, and he immediately, like Dawk said, I saw the foreign footage. He immediately realized I crossed the line. But sometimes when you cross the line, you get your ass whooped.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
So do we need to start there? Did he cross the line?
Yeah, he did.
Has that been decided?
When you see somebody bald headed, can't speak for everybody. When I see someone a woman without her hair, I automatically assume that she's not healthy. That's where I go.
I don't, because there's too many.
I'm just speaking from my own personal perspective.
It's probably safe and wise. You feel what I'm saying in terms of how you're gonna deal with her.
When I see a woman without her hair, I immediately go, she might not be healthy. And he go out there, he get these people over here this little soft ass joke. This dude been talking shit since 2016. He drug her through the mud in 2016. Drug Will through the mud in 2016. Yeah. His reaction lets me know what makes me feel as if Will approached him before the show and said, "Hey man, watch your motherfucking mouth." And when it sat down, and when you watch Jada throughout, when you watch that Japanese footage or that European footage, you see her literally shrink. And he looked over and saw his wife was hurting and popped it. You cracking jokes, I'm cracking your ass.
Hey, I'm gonna stir your face around a little bit, so I hope you're all right.
Hey, now, because if WillSmith, I'm not saying that what he did was right. I'm not saying what he did was cool. But if WillSmith don't slap the shit out of ChrisRock last night, we will have 10 million G.I. Jane memes this morning.
Right. Oh. So Ben, let me take over for just a second, and I'm going to show everybody what they're referring to on this 2016 situation, because I actually pulled the video. Oh my God! No, that's not that video. what this video is, and it still needs to be played. It's relevant, and that's that Will Smith has a history with putting his hands on folks. So this was coming into some show. Some guy greets him inappropriately, and watch Will Smith's reaction.
Right.
Oh my God! There you Come on, man. What the hell is your problem, buddy? All right. Hey, sorry. You said kiss me in my mouth. You joking? You lucky I ain't sucker punching. Oh, sorry. I said that on camera. Yeah, no, it's all good.
I will.
Hey, what's up, man?
And that was a light slap.
Yeah, very light.
He slapped the hell out of one of them dudes that did that.
There's another one.
Mm-hmm. And then one more thing on Drink Champs. Jazzy Jeff mentioned that Will was finna crack Tupac in the head with a champagne bottle one night. He said Tupac was getting a little too physical. Will poured out the champagne and bottle and held it behind his back, waiting on Tupac to say one more thing.
So, wait a minute. You say he said it was getting a little too physical?
He was getting, too breezy. He was getting
Okay, got it.
And Will was like, okay.
Tupac. Yeah.
He poured out the champagne, poured it out, and was standing there like, one more thing, I'm gonna knock your ass until that you're murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a dude from West Philadelphia. Just because he articulates himself well and conducts himself 99.9% of the time properly does not mean this is not a thing.
And let's be honest. Can we just let me? You know what? Hold on. Let me back up real quick. Can we stop this fucking bullshit? Can we stop? We already
which bullshit in particular are you referring to?
Fucking know when a grown man tests my shit, you finna get it. Let's stop playing. I'm so fucking disappointed.
Right.
Thank you.
And your disappointment. I'm on it tonight. Sorry.
Thank you, Mayhem.
I'm fucking tired of these comments on Instagram
and
social media. Oh, I was just so disappointed. Fuck you. Go sit down. I don't care about what you're saying. Anyway, my point is, let's be real. Because just like women, when a woman tests her gangster, we finna go. We finna be on the ground rolling. So let's stop this cute shit. That shit is out the window.
We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen, on another episode of
the
Fourcast.
There's history.
Oh, they're just jokes. Yeah, and that's just like hiding behind, it was self-defense. Yeah, I get they were just jokes, but you got a damn limit. If you test somebody in these streets, they gonna push you in. They gonna test you. And you already know this.
Will done had a hard past year and a half, and possibly longer. And I think his limit. He was pushed to his limit, and tonight, people say tonight is the night. Last night was the night.
Let's stop with the shit.
And another thing, y'all, if you read his book, this is the dude who said he wanted to kill his father for hitting his mother.
Hey, come on, man. Let's stop.
So
all this, I'm so shocked. They should have handled it in private. How much bullshit you haven't handled in private?
Thank you.
How many times you don't got beside yourself and had to go apologize?
Talk to her.
Man, stop, man.
Talk to her.
This bullshit.
Talk to her.
I'm so sick of this cute shit.
Talk to him.
Well, I'm just so tired. Well, go lay down and go to sleep, nigga. Because I'm so sick of this shit.
Think of that.
Oh, my.
Man, put your ass to sleep.
Mayhem.
No.
Man, what is going on? I don't get it. All of a sudden, we cute behind the keyboard? They should take his award away from him. Motherfucker, did they throw you under the jail when you did some wrong shit? Did your parents kick you out the house when you messed up?
He's shooting, baby.
Man, stop, man.
It's
like how soon we forget. Oh, and I'm so sorry, but I'm finna lace these together. I'm sorry, but did God pull himself down off the cross when he was tempted? No, I gotta do this for a reason, because y'all suck.
Wow.
That's just what it is.
Y'all sorry.
Like, let's stop, man. Like, what is this? And social media is gonna be social media, but we so quick to make a comment about, oh, I'm just so disappointed. I'm disappointed in you. Go wipe your ass. Okay, I'm sick of this.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Like, this is what this is. Now, look, I get it. We have to back up, and we hold that composure, and we want to apologize, and we want to. Everything not going to be handled in private because we didn't handle everything in private. Let's stop.
If you disagree, there go the phone number right there.
Please pick that motherfucker up and dial all of those numbers. All of them.
469-290-4367. That's 469-290-4367. Call us now on the Fourcast and let us know
what he said.
Gotta stop, man.
A lot of people are wondering why he snapped on ChrisRock and not on August. Now, I seen that comment, but let me say this. We don't know what he did to August.
And plus, they say according to this, he had some permission, right?
Oh,
please call.
I'll answer that August thing after this call.
Yeah. All right, we got Justin on the line. What's going on, sir?
What's happening? What's happening, fellas? I clearly see that you're very passionate, and that's what's up. But the only issue that
hang on, let's set the table. Let's make sure folks know who this is talking. This is Justin of Elevate.
And what I mean by that is when you have that many eyes on you, and you're a man of WillSmith stature, as far as this ain't your first rodeo. You've been on platforms before where you know you are not just representing yourself, but you're representing a culture of people, and you respond like that and you act like that. I get it. He reached his boiling point, but there's other ways that he could have handled it. I get it. I respect what he did, but at the same time, this woman has been castrating this man for years.
And that's and you know what I get that. And I get that. We have I respect that, but we've had other ways that we could have handled things. And here on the flip side of that, we may have had an outburst like WillSmith, whether it not be physical or verbal, and we've turned around and went in private and say, you know what, that little fiasco I just had, I apologize to that. Now everything else, it ain't everybody else's business, and I respect what you're saying. But in those moments, do we know what we would have done in those moments? We say that because we're living consciously now in our moments in our lives. But if we were, as we always say, have you walked a mile in their shoes? Have you been in that situation? Will we have flown off the handle? I don't know. I know I would have, but that's just me. But I'm just saying, I mean, it's just so many different scenarios there. And then people are like, oh, I'm just really disappointed in ChrisRock. Why? He's a comedian. So don't fault him for doing what he was doing. Yeah, he's over the line.
Yeah.
But
and Justin, ironically, you and I have history with being pushed to a point, right? So there was a time where I had to stop you from going ham on somebody because they were very offensive to us, right?
And that's okay.
And then also in a club, remember me and you were debating with each other on the opportunity to defend the baby queen when she was touched inappropriately by a dude.
Yep.
You feeling me? So we done all, got to a point to where it's like, okay, I've had it up to here.
Right. And I think it's just, sometimes I think it's two things. We forget because we've had the experience, and it's like, don't do what I did, do it differently. I think that's what's coming out in that moment. But on the flip side of that, we also need to remember that, hey, I've had my switch flipped, and I'm finna flip a few motherfuckers in here right now. So I think it's just one of those things. I think it's a imperfect balance kind of a situation.
Yeah, and hey, to Wilks' point, our minds are rigged to self-justify. So when we do something, we can rationalize it away and say, well, I was just this, or I was just that, or I wasn't on no large stage, or I wasn't on no, we can self-justify it. But when somebody else does it, all of a sudden our sensitivities to what they may be going through. Again, we all know what WillSmith last year has been like publicly. No doubt of what it may have been privately, right? And you can say what you want. You may say, well, you brought it on yourself. You put yourself in that position. You chose what you chose. whatever the case may be. Needless to say, he's dealt with a ton. And so again, maybe this is finally just, okay, I've been hearing this shit for 12. Now you fucking with her about this.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Personally, I don't think
I agree with that. I think he just really truly reached his boiling point. And it does. The main thing that upsets me the most about it is the fact that she's been able to castrate this man publicly. And not saying that she did this, you know, like she did it on purpose, but it is what it is. We all have witnessed the entanglement situation, her talking about her relationship with Tupac and things of that nature. I feel like us as men, that's why I'm gonna pull my wife aside and I gotta check that shit behind closed doors. Like, look, baby, that's in-house business. I don't need everybody in our shit, because that's really what society was looking, especially black community. We were looking at Will like, yo, you need to check that shit. That's not okay for your woman to be doing that. It's not okay for her.
So you're saying, so your people with that thought process is saying, because she's wronged me, now all of a sudden my duty to protect, because that's one of our duties as men, as husbands, is to protect. So because she's wronged me, now all of a sudden you've relieved me of my duty to protect you?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
I'm not saying that he's wrong for protecting her. I just wish that it was handled differently. The main thing that really pissed me off was I didn't watch it either. I didn't watch it live, but I got the damn notification on CNN on my phone, which I was like, what the fuck is CNN reporting entertainment gossip for? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, we got a whole war going on, and I'm getting notification of CNN on my phone that WillSmith slaps ChrisRock. That shit blew my mind.
Go ahead.
This is the question I have. Why does everybody believe? What's the thought process behind him not knowing what they were going to talk about at the red table? If we gonna just hear what she said at the red table, let's listen to what she said in its entirety. She said that they were at the point of they were not together anymore, and she slept with this young man. That's not a violation of anything. She's an adult, and you might not like that she slept with this young man, but at the end of the day, hey, if me and my old lady say you go left, I'm gonna go right, and if we meet on the other side, then we cool. Whoever he or she sleeps with is not a problem. I believe that they were on that red table trying to show the world that no matter how much chaos comes in your life, you can always bring it back. But nobody paid attention to that. We call it castration, but they were attempting to show you that, hey, man, when you love somebody, no matter what goes down, because you can fix it. Let's think about the very last thing they said at that red table. He said they said everything, and then he was jokingly said, "I'm gonna get you back." And she looked at him with those black woman eyes and said, "You done got me back enough." That made me believe Will been putting his dick in the streets, all through the whole get down, and she got one get back.
Absolutely.
So everybody keeps saying she's castrating him. Maybe he been shitting on her for 25 years, and she finally pulled her ass out.
Right.
And I don't think it's the boiling point. I think he looked at that when he's yeah, motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck you up, Jack.
Right.
And that's it. That's what I think happened. I think it wasn't no I think it was this punk ass nigga with that bullshit again.
No, I think it's short-sighted to think that everything that's taken place over the last year, you've been able to have to hear your business on the street consistently in every walk of life did not have an impact on you. That's not regardless. It doesn't matter how it got out there. The point is you've been having to hear everybody's opinion. And like you said, some of it wrong. He's been having to hear you say stuff about my wife that maybe he didn't even agree with for a last year and a half or whatever. That has to have some impact on you because he is human.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I'm just saying, hey, you as Wilks said.
I'll clear up. I just wanted to say this. That's what I can appreciate about us as black men being able to have these type of conversations, and you guys being able to educate me as well and give me better insight and also give me a better understanding of what is happening and what is taking place. Because it's so often that us as black men, we are more emotional than what we put off.
Right.
And I think for last night that was still showing his emotion and really being there for his wife. And I can appreciate the man standing for his wife, but I would just love to see it handled a different way.
Right.
And what I mean by the stage is, you know, the fact of the eyes that were there watching, the people that you know are going to now judge us even more than what they already are anyway. So at that point, I guess it really don't matter. So, but I appreciate that, brothers, man. Thank y'all for y'all
appreciate
time.
for the call.
Right,
thank you.
Hey, I got a question. Why ain't nobody cracking on ChrisRock? Because if you slap the shit out of me, we gonna be out there fighting in our draws. That's how hard I'm gonna be fighting.
Shit.
And he was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna say a name," which makes me believe you knew you did something wrong.
Yeah.
So
it's not the first time it's come up either.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You knew he said, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth." And he said it again. And Chris said, "Okay." That made me believe he's warned that dude before.
We got CJ about to come on. You know it's about to be some.
Okay, so Justin brought up a good point when he said that, you know, we as men are more emotional than we let on, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that leads me to regular dudes, like everybody on this panel, have stresses and emotions that we deal with. So that's another reason why I say Will Smith been dealing with a lot more extra shit over the last year and a half than what even a regular dude got to deal with.
Right.
You know, so that's based on my theory.
I'll say this too. The other side of this is that conversation you get when you're a kid. That conversation I give my daughter, that conversation we give our sons. Like, you can't do this because it's different for you. The judgment is different for you than it is for others. Right. So I think that is some people's, which I understand that side because I just had that conversation with my daughter tonight. So like I understand that, but again, like who said that comment? The most mild-mannered person, Big Illinois said that. It's got a tipping point. I'm the coolest person on earth until it gets to a certain point.
Right.
And then it's
generally those people are worse than those people blow up worse than the people who do not hold it well. You know,
I think whenever you're ready, CJ, you can call in. But also, I think at the end of the day, I think the bigger picture is they need to squash this. They've been around each other for years. I'm not saying you got to be best friends, but we don't need to know that. We don't need to. Nobody needs to tell us that they squashed it. They just need to.
Exactly.
You called into the Fourcast. What's your name? What you want to talk about?
Yo, CJ boy. I already know what's cracking. What's going on?
Yeah, you already know the topic.
I'll bet. So I ain't gonna do no introductions. So just hit the play out, right? So this is more with HRap. For one, so let me just say this off rip, right? So I'm not gonna disrespect Will for sticking up for his wife. This ain't nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? Because let's keep it real. If anybody talk, I think Dawk is the only one that ain't got like a wife because he's been divorced like 6 times or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he got like a woman that he care about. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody was talking brazy, then you gonna say something. You know, you gonna be like, nigga, boy, you your goddamn mind. But here's my only thing with that whole situation. My whole thing is, and you know, people were saying with the whole Jada and Will relationship, for one, I constantly rip on Jada because she was the one that brought up that relationship. And let me give you a quick backstory. Before Jada went on that damn that red table talk, and before she got on her with her mama and that, you know, and that daughter they have, wasn't really nobody tuned into their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't really, damn, what's going on with Will and Jada today? No, it's because she got on that damn podcast and started saying how unhappy she was. And the whole point with Justin, when he was saying, oh, she's castrating him. Y'all do know she did say like, oh, Will was like too much for me. His energy, you know, the vibe just wasn't there. Okay. And then constantly, like, let's keep it true. She was in love with Tupac. And just, I mean, as a man, for one, I don't even know why Will did that, because if my lady wanted a whole nother nigga, I ain't even know, shit, you can have him, you feel what I'm saying? But it stemmed from that. It really stemmed from, I mean, she aired out their whole relationship off rip on that tabletop. So really wasn't nobody talking about them until she was bringing up how unhappy she was, to keep it a true. So that's why she brought it up. Man, I don't know if y'all seen the Red Table Talk. There can't be it. This nigga Will don't please me. This nigga Will don't do shit. And then, oh my goodness, y'all hear that shit, but that's just wild to me. And then now all of a sudden, you know, now Will want to slap the shit out ChrisRock, which I understand, you know what I'm saying? He, I guess, made a little joke, but I don't think it was towards people that have that disease. I mean, I don't think it was a shot. I just think he just, you know, seeing G.I. Jane, the little, you know, little homegirl, he's like, oh, that's what you want, that's what you look like. And then just one more thing, then I'm gonna let y'all have it. If it was such of an insecurity, why did he laugh at first? If you know that your woman is, I don't know, I'm gonna just say if your girl got like big ass shoes and shit, right? And you know, so you already know that's a big insecurity. Shit, that you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody thinks something of a big ass shit, you ain't gonna be laughing at first. You gonna be like, you know, check that shit. He was laughing, then he's saying, oh, my girl ain't laughing. Now I gotta act hard. Now I gotta hit you with that little weak ass slap. But you know, that's my little 2 cents on it. Y'all can go ahead. Y'all got it.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, boss.
Well, here,
go ahead.
For people who don't understand that, here you go. HRap life. Me and my ex have been separated for a pretty long time now. This dude across the street from my old house was getting in her face about a fucking parking space 6 months ago. And I went to the crib. She called me and said, hey, old boy with the Cadillac, wop, wop, wop. And I drove over there with a bad back and grabbed his ass up in the yoke and say, just because I don't live here don't mean I ain't here. And he ain't said nothing to her since.
Right. Because I'll still reach your ass, nigga.
Right. That's real. That happened in real life.
Please understand.
So I'm just saying, man, you know, these women in your life, whether they currently have a place in your life or hey, you gonna act a fool with my children's mother, my ex, probably with my daughter standing there, I'm gonna fuck you up. And don't understand that.
Let me address this. Charlotte says comedians can be comedians, but some things just aren't funny. Well, understand this. An entire auditorium thought it was funny and was laughing before the situation jumped off whatever. And so what I'm going to tell Justin also is that WillSmith may have been laughing initially, but sometimes you're laughing on an automatic response. So you're not necessarily hearing and absorbing the weight of what you're hearing. Because he had just told another joke. He was already laughing. He went into that joke. So he's kind of laughing at it. And then all of a sudden it dawned on him, wait a minute, what he just said, you know, so just because he was laughing initially does not necessarily mean he was laughing at what was said. He was just laughing. And we've all been there, you know.
We got a caller. We got a caller on the line. What's your name? What you want to talk about?
What's up, yo? This DJ Mad Knox. What's good, brother?
What's up, Mad Knox?
And real quick, Ready Kev, we'll get you in a minute. You were calling in.
Ain't this the show killer right there?
Oh no, that's actually a compliment.
I know it. That's what I'm saying. Ain't that's what it is?
That's a show killer. Yeah. Because he used to be jamming so hard before my show, I wouldn't be able to have my notes and stuff together.
Yeah. But go ahead, Knox.
No, my question is about the whole thing. I'm hearing everybody call in and talk about Jada and how she brought everything to that red table. But my thing is, they've been together 20 plus years. If I'm not happy with someone 20 plus something years, why are y'all still together? You feel what I'm saying? Like, for my understanding, they always had an open relationship from when they got married.
Right.
So now it becomes a problem with the young boy and you know, she putting everything on Front Street and everything else. Regardless of the fact, okay, I feel what HRap is saying on a contrary of Will is still married to Jada no matter what. You feel what I'm saying? Obviously, they working some things out or whatever they working out. And I agree with the whole panel of the four.
Uh-oh, did we lose him?
Damn, Knox fell off.
Coming at him and everything else. And yeah, now, okay, ChrisRock might have made a joke. Then again, I don't know. Was the joke written for him or did he freestyle a joke? You feel what I'm saying? Because for what I know too, they say the Oscars be having writers.
Yeah, they
so
do.
was that part of the thing? You know what I mean? Of pointing out Jada, or did Chris just freestyle it? These are just questions I have in my head.
That's a good question. It came up today. I think he probably freestyled that portion of it, but that's a great point, though.
Yeah, I did hear that today.
That's what I'm saying. All of us, we all guys, man. We all, you know what I mean, been with a woman more than whatever time frame it was. If we not digging the relationship, we gonna bail out. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no need to be in there. And even if we got kids, we could co-parent, we could do whatever. Celebrities do it every day, all day. You know what I mean? My thing is with Jada, so what Jada brought to the red table, I think it's plain old an excuse for her to get her ratings up and stuff like that. That's just me. But, you know, when Will slapped the dog shit out of Chris, I'm sitting there like, bruh. And the thing is, he walked away smooth with it, too. After the slap, he walked away smooth. So this probably been held for the past, when they had that last thing, 2016.
Yeah.
That probably was held in since 2016. Couldn't see nobody. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. And he had his opportunity to do it. Hey, again, when you from the streets, you're not thinking about, okay, I'm going to wait until go in the back. If you see your wife or your daughter or somebody crying, you feel what I'm saying? You're going to hit that situation right there, no matter what. You're not even, your mind ain't even circulating. And I think that's why when he got on his speech, he was mad at himself and made him cry when because he apologized to the Academy and everybody else because he wanted to shine a light on the movie. But at the end of the day, when you see your loved one crying, especially as a female, like y'all said, bro, I'm a protector and a provider at the end of the day, no matter what. You feel what I'm saying? We all got kids and everything else. You mean to tell me if you see a dude slapping your baby mama up or whatever the case may be, you not gonna jump in? You just gonna be like, oh well, that's the shit. I mean, unless you got that real hate for your baby mama, come on now. You feel what I'm saying? But that again, if that's your mama, if that's how he got sons at the end of the day. How would it look like with his sons looking like, oh dad, you ain't protect mommy when you know, this, that, and the third. So it's a lot of factors that weighed them on him as a black man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I heard, if it was a white comedian up there, would he would have smacked him? I think he would have. I think Will had a moment when he just, if everything just blacked out. He didn't care about the moment where he was at or whatever.
All that.
You feel what I'm saying? We all had that. So when he had that moment, boom, he just went up there, smacked the man,
Exactly. You only got so many times to keep trying me, and that's sorry, it's gonna pop off right now.
All right. Hey, DJ, we appreciate your call, man. We're going to get to some other calls, but we appreciate your comments, and we're going to comment on what you said. So one of the things he said was about, as a black man, we're going to defend our lady. In fact, we've had that conversation in barbershops on several times, and I've even said, I don't even care if I can whoop the dude, because at that point, I'm going to have to take a whooping. I'm not going to just let you sit there and disrespect her. Whether I can take you or not, we finna have a problem. It's not even about whether I'm finna win, because guess what? Exactly. You may be against bad Leroy Brown, and he's gonna take you out, but you're gonna have to take me out. I'm not finna just let you you know, I'd rather take that than look like a punk because I ain't step up and do nothing.
Yeah,
and I'll say this.
Old boy don't say nothing about that pocket space no more either.
I'll say this though, as men, how many times do we hold stuff in? How many times do we hold?
Right, you're not gonna keep testing me, man.
There's stuff I still remember from years ago. I mean, a prime example is Michael Jordan. The dude remember everything. He still don't talk to certain people to this day.
Isaiah Thomas.
Exactly. So I think it was a lot of factors. I agree with Knox. It was a lot of factors, and I think also though, he was waiting for him to say something.
Oh, you know he was. I dare you to say something.
And I don't care who you are. If you married, when your wife give you a look where either she feels uncomfortable or there's an issue or there's a problem, any guy cannot tell me you're not gonna try to fix it because that's how we built. We ain't not really built a lot of times. I'm gonna sit down and listen to your problems. What's the solution to the problem? And his solution to the problem in that particular moment was that.
Right.
Thank you, Ben.
Hey, because you're not, man. Look, I know y'all getting tired of me tonight, but I'm just saying you're not gonna keep. You're just not gonna keep pushing me, man. You're not gonna keep testing me. And like Ben said, like let's just be real, man. I even watched it in my own family, my uncles, my grandfather. You're not just gonna keep testing a grown man, let alone a grown black man that's already tired and worked all day. And you gonna keep testing me?
Now
I got my ass whooped plenty nights because my mama just didn't feel like that shit.
Yeah.
My mama dusted my ass off because I'm tired, motherfucker.
Now listen,
right. You're right, HRap. My mama too. It's the one time my mama apologized to me. It's because I was popping off on some stuff when she was tired.
Right.
And she literally, you think that little slap that ChrisRock took wasn't shit based on what I took that day.
Right.
You know, and like I said, she ended up coming back and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I was just tired, but you know, you gotta let me ride sometimes."
This comment on ChrisRock. Now let's touch on this, and we got the call-in line is open. So Raider Kev, if you want to call in, I got the number up on the screen. But I don't think we can't say, oh, ChrisRock wasn't real, because again, what are you going to do in that particular moment?
He can't whoop my ass.
Right.
I mean, like he had
to make a pimp decision right there.
He had to make a split decision in a very
and if you watch it, and I didn't really get this until I saw the slow motion version, because he initially, you know, flinched back. Like his natural reaction was to fire back, but he stopped. No! If you watch it, he kind of did like that, but he stopped.
Take that out.
And he threw that arm up like
that. I have to take that out because all I heard was him saying, "I'm not." I was thinking,
yeah, that was a
that was a jump. We got you on the line finally. How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Kev?
What's going on?
I can't really talk that long, but I just want to make some comments on what else.
Hey, make her right, man. Shit, so she'll shut up.
How many times have we had a nervous laugh? We're angry and we had that little nervous laugh.
Right.
Right before we make the actions, right? So his facial reactions at the joke could have been as simply, I'm so pissed off. He give that little laugh and then he go handle his business. Listen, we have to stop messing around with the fact that we got to protect the community image. We got to do this and do that. Sometimes you just got to sit up there and say, look, my wife is pissed, I'm pissed, and I'm getting up here and handling some business. Bottom line. I guarantee you one thing, Chris ain't going to say it again.
Right.
It was that bully situation. Once you handle that bully that one time, that bully ain't going to bother you no more.
Right, exactly. So listen, man, all this about the past, all this about him being castrated by her, listen, he's a man, that's his wife. You talked about my wife, you crossed the line, I'm handling my business. Bottom line, that's all it was.
Just straight to the point.
It was on national TV. That's unfortunate for ChrisRock. Not unfortunate for me.
Right.
But I'm handling my business. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. Right.
Appreciate you, Ready Kev.
And
all right, guys, I have a problem, man.
All right, Ready Kev. And just to comment, the CJ boy, fuck no, I'm gonna let this get slapped me like that. Oh, Man, please, hell no. We're gonna have problems.
Either
But
Will Smith would have beat the shit
I'm
out
not
of
in
me
that
last
situation.
night, or
I'm
vice
not
versa.
in that right. I'm not in that situation. So to save face for Chris Rock, no pun intended, is one of those things where it's like, okay, do I fire back? Do I lose my composure? Now we in here rumbling in front of all these white folks. What we doing? We on that? I mean, do we care? Because you don't push me, now I'm gonna push you. It's just one of those things. So of course, the typical one of them's got to be the bigger man. I get it. Whatever.
You gonna love this comment. You see that comment, HRap?
What's that?
I'm gonna let you read it.
Keep your hands off Pootie thing. Chris ain't Pootie. Pootie would have whooped Will Smith ass. But
now here's the other side of this that a lot of people bringing up now. Oh, this is gonna make a president that comedians when they're on stage, somebody's gonna come up there and be able to knock them out. But the truth is, we've been seeing that though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, it's not the first time. Yeah.
DC Young Fly.
This ain't Kings of Comedy.
Corey Holcomb.
Right.
If you talk on somebody, they sitting on the front row and they don't like it. There has been times that person will get on stage. So I don't think we need to say, "Oh, this is gonna make it seem like it's free range for people to come on stage." I don't agree with that. But if it may happen.
Once again, you want that freedom of speech, but you don't want them consequences that's coming with that freedom of speech.
Hey, I'm glad Mayhem said that. For all white people that want to say the N-word, you can, but you might get Will.
You're gonna get some consequences with it.
I would have fought back. I don't know if I would have won necessarily, but I would have. We on the ground. Yeah. I think we all agree that we would have.
L I'm willing to take.
Right.
But I think I'm just talking about Chris Rock's perspective. Who knows what was going through his head? He could have a special next week. He like, I ain't about to mess that up. I mean,
I'll fuck mine up.
I don't know what was going through his head, but I do know he was like I said in the BSU network chat. He was bamboozled when he was talking. You could tell like that's how you knew it was real because
he's like,
oh, that was a joke because he was laughing when he came up, but he wasn't laughing when
he wasn't laughing when he left.
Did you hear that he referred to him as Richard as he came in? He goes, Richard.
He said,
that kind of slipped because he was thinking about him as Richard Williams. He goes,
so he saw
Richard.
what was coming.
Yeah.
Because Richard Williams would have whooped his ass too.
So I guarantee you.
But here's I want to just say this real quick. I just want to say this real quick, and this might be off the handle. I don't know. We sit up here and we say, "Oh, it's a punk move," but as soon as somebody get a gun out and shoot somebody, oh, why them niggas ain't squabbling with their hands? Which one do you want?
Wait a minute.
Which one do you want? Yeah. You want me to shoot you or you want these knuckles?
Hang on. Go back to that comment about these. If it had been okay, here we go. No. Okay, did you hear the story earlier when we said that when Tupac was popping off, he had emptied that bottle and was ready to do something with him? Yeah. So based on that, I don't think it mattered who was up there.
Right.
That wasn't, maybe it mattered in terms of because there was a history of Chris Rock. He was already looking for him, basically. But I don't think Will Smith does not, based on that story about the bottle, he does not come across as somebody who cares what you are or who you are.
It's not like Will Smith is a 5'5" guy.
Right.
This dude like 6'2", 6'3". Right. He's not a little man.
And out of Philly.
And he just slapped that dude right there in the camera. Twice.
Yeah. On the playground where he spent most.
Hey man, if y'all read Will Smith's book, that ain't the Fresh Prince.
Why are you saying it's like a pastor, man?
What?
He said on the playground where he spent most of his day. He changed his cadence to the pastor's cadence.
Oh wow!
Theodora Harper, thank you for tuning in. She said Will had to do something. Just look at Jada's face. Again, like I said, we all been in that situation.
Yeah, that's why
I look at you like I need you to handle this.
Okay, that's right. Because check it out. There's a potential that we're going to be in a situation where we got to defend our lady, right? Because people do some inappropriate things. That's why one of the reasons, like when we're dating, and HRap can speak to this, if we come across a female that seems to invite those problems a little bit more than the average, she's out. It's like, I'll fight and to defend you if I have to, but don't be amping the numbers up.
What you say?
That's
Dawk
right.
to kick your ass.
Right. No, I won't. No, I won't. Yeah, you can't be amping it up. Just let it be natural, organic.
And see, maybe I'm the wrong person because I beat up a dentist about my daughter once too. And I want nobody to think I'm just running around here in Chicago whooping on people. But my daughter called me and say, "Dad, he hurt me." I'm like, "What?" And she told the truth. And I said, "Put your mom on the phone." And she said, "Yeah, that's what happened." I said, "I'll meet you at this L station in 15 minutes. I went to my supervisor. I said, "I see you tomorrow." And I was about 30 pounds heavier. And he thought I was finna hit him. And I went to the dentist. At this time, I had bought it down. I was calm. I just want to have a conversation. And he started cursing at me. I said, "Hey, man, don't cuss at me no more, man." He cursed at me again. He called me a motherfucker. And I was like, "Hey, man, we ain't gonna do that." And the third time, I said, he was Indian or Pakistani. Okay. And I said, "Hey, man."
No, he said, "Motherfucker, Eddie, I see you, you black motherfucker."
And that motherfucker said, I said, "Hey, man, if you cuss at me again, I'm fucking you up." And to his credit, I give him credit because he looked at me, motherfucker.
Wow. He was trying to determine. Yeah,
that's a black man. You guys are black man.
And then I whooped him, and the police came in. I told them what happened. They was like, "Hey, what happened?" I was like, "Hey, this what happened." And again, to his credit, he's standing there bloody, breathing hard. And I was like, because they came in, they was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, and I just got up off of them. Yeah. And put my hands behind my back. And they was like, "Wait a minute." Because they was like, "Hold it, this ain't what it is." Mm-hmm. And they was like, "What happened?" I told them the story. And he was like, they said, "So what happened?" He was like, "Yeah, that's pretty much what happened." And they locked me up, and he never pressed charges. So I went home at 4:00 in the morning. So hey, man, like Wilks said, Dawk said, Knox said, when your woman or your children, you cross that, when you make them hurt.
Yeah, it's no longer about whether I can win this fight or not. I got to go have this fight.
Yeah.
And Justin is agreeing with you. Wilks, freedom of speech isn't free.
Yeah, I mean that goes with anything, and we want to yell these freedoms and Constitution, but there's loopholes to these constitutions, these laws. We don't talk about that part. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's freedom of speech, just like open carry, right to bear arms. Yeah, that's only going to go so far. Damn it, stand your ground, self-defense. That shit only goes so far. You can't be parading that shit like, "Oh, they ain't gonna touch me." Yeah, try that. See how that's gonna get. How far?
That's what I said, huh?
Yeah.
And I want nobody. Before we move on, have those conversations. We got tough. It's just like y'all said. Hey, man, there is an invisible line. When you cross it,
please know you're gonna get what's
matter
on
of fact. When some people are talking about how men handle themselves and how women handle themselves, they generally will describe that if you're a man, you know that there's an inherent risk of danger, a low-level risk of danger that exists for us in our conversations. We're aware of that when we talk to each other. So we know there's a line. Now comedians, and I'm somebody myself, I done come right up against that line, to where I'm butting it. Matter of fact, most of my good friends will tell you when they first met me, they wanted to fight me because I was just the kind of guy who scored on everybody. If you was around us, I'm clowning you one way or the other. And they had to figure out, okay, wait a minute, this is what he do to everybody. It's not a personal attack against me, but initially they wanted to put hands, but too many folks was laughing and they couldn't make it happen.
Hey, look at what Big Illinois said, man.
I don't get it.
From the Friday movie, Holy Moly Donut Shop.
Yeah. It's that, man.
He said, Dennis, the dentist caught it that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'm not no tough guy, man. I don't start no fights. Well, that one I did, but
both of them have been removed from the streets for quite some time now. I'm glad he held back and didn't take it any further. Now, his hand, when I think about it, It looked like his hand was coming over as a fist, and then he kind of let it go and opened it because you couldn't tell. I mean, you initially you couldn't tell if that was a open hand or a closed hand. But
well, it's more disrespectful to slap a dude than it is to punch him. That was the ultimate show of disrespect when you slapped him. That meant I wasn't really concerned about your comeback. I wasn't, I'm finna slap you. This is, I mean, that's why they call it a bitch slap, a pimp slap. That's what they call them for a reason.
Appreciate you tuning in, Miss
Venetia. Oh, did you just Ben?
Called him Miss Jackson.
Ben?
What?
You all right, Ben? Keep on here. Keep praying. Keep praying. You're gonna be staying in my Prince room over here. Right next to the HRap room. Talk about some Miss Jackson.
Hey. I'm gonna say the last name up first. But
that's one of HRap friends, I bet.
I don't know if it was. I think he just did.
Yeah, that's Nikki.
I know. Black Nation. You don't have to.
That ain't no young name though. Man, ain't no old name though. Me, bro. Nah, that's a young man.
Baby Queen, thank you for tuning in. We witnessed the black man protecting his wife.
Right. I'm telling you,
so they don't know how to. That's right. So they don't know how to handle what that looks like.
You keep bumping off at the mouth, and I'm gonna rearrange your molar. I promise.
I ain't getting no swerve on CJ.
Thank you. That's the best. That's the best thing.
I was trying to protect my boy CJ. Yeah.
You know what's funny though, y'all? No kidding. And I don't know if CJ married or not. I didn't see not one married man say ChrisRock was wrong. Well, yes, I did. My boy Ken. Every other married man was like,
right.
Just say ChrisRock was wrong, or say WillSmith was wrong.
That WillSmith was wrong. Not one married man, but what my man Ken White is the only one. Everybody else was like, Because me and my Uncle Richard, we laughed about it for about an hour. He was like, he cracked that joke and Will cracked his ass.
All right. So another aspect of this, some people have a problem with, they're saying, so they asked the question, when should words lead to a physical response? Because they're like, he didn't do anything physical. He said something to you. When should words lead to a physical response?
I'm about to sound like a hypocrite. It should never lead to a physical response.
Right.
But
we know
one we can always say, right? And that's the N word. That's one word that leads to a physical response, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should, but like I said, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. But
you call me a black motherfucker like they did HRap, that's gonna lead.
Yeah, I gave him 3 motherfuckers, man. I gave him 3 motherfuckers.
So that's the limit. Yeah, you're on a 3 motherfucker limit.
No, because see, look, I showed up. I ain't gonna lie. I showed up to whoop his ass. But only a sociopath would be angry, getting on city train, getting in the car, then riding up there.
Which is why premeditated murder is more punitive than punitive than where it was a passionate kill or whatever, whatever they call it.
But Lily right.
I agree with you.
People ain't used to us protecting these women. So when they see us drop them 5th Ward B's on somebody, it's a problem.
I agree with this comment too. We don't forget stuff. We don't forget stuff.
Oh,
he said that in his mind. And I agree also too with the nervous laugh, because it didn't look like he was rolling on the floor laughing. It just looked like I'm on the front row and I gotta laugh at stuff like this. They put me on the front row. I'm gonna be the person that's gonna laugh at the jokes and not go over the top.
Man, shout out to Lily. She need to put that on the t-shirt.
It was just OC. I ain't gonna be too many more. Yeah. All right. Phone lines are still open. Anybody that wants to call in, we're at the hour mark.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get this one. We ain't finna get this one cracking.
Next
week's show, we'll be doing the match.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we're looking at every aspect of this. Okay, somebody says, and this is, I pulled the comments knowing we would be discussing this. I pulled comments to try to, discuss them. Somebody says violence is never an excuse for love. And I think they said that because that's Will's acceptance speech when he won the Oscar 15 minutes after bitch slapping somebody. They said violence is never an excuse for love, or love is never an excuse for violence. So what do you have to say to that?
And love will make you, like he said, will I'm not gonna say it will make you, but you feel that you have to.
Love should have brought your ass home last night.
Because
I don't understand. Wow. Explain your thoughts on that, HRap. You should never. I think Justin is talking about how you should never hit. You should be adult enough to see your way past something that you feel is a personal violation or an oral violation. You shouldn't allow things to get under your skin like that. Right. But the reality of the situation is we are human beings. Mm-hmm. That's all I mean.
But I think love will push you to do all.
You already know, Lee.
It'll push you to do all kinds of things. There's no limit to it.
Yeah.
I wish my partner Craig was on, because he said love will. He said it'll make you stay out later than you want to stay and make you pay more than you want to pay.
Hey, hey man, I mean, I'll tell y'all another story. I don't want to put this one on the air, but I'll tell y'all another story. It took me 1982, 1999 when I caught up with homeboy.
Okay, yeah, I think he need to apologize to Chris.
You know what? He don't even have to apologize. That's like asking white people to apologize for enslaving my ancestors. I don't need you to fucking apologize. Let's just move on. It happened. Whoop-de-whoop. And that's it. It's done. I smacked your ass. It's done. It's over. I'm just being honest.
Has anybody found any response? Has ChrisRock said anything?
Well,
DL Hughley posted an apology.
It's been reported.
He issued an apology.
Yeah.
That he apologized to Will?
He apologized for his actions.
We got a caller on the line. What's your name? What you want to talk about?
Hey, this is talking with OC. This is OC.
What's up, Overton?
In the chat. Appreciate
what's going on, man? It's Overton, man. Y'all network is wonderful. I like watching
Appreciate you, man.
All y'all doing a wonderful job.
Appreciate you, man.
I want to say that. And this cat, believe it or not, we know he was defending this woman, but you can't put your hands on nobody like that, man. That's in the real life. In the real life, people die over that.
True,
so,
that
was real life.
Hang on. Go ahead.
Well, I'm talking about where I come from. Vallejo, California, the crest side of Vallejo, California. We don't go for that type of stuff. So somebody coming up on you, putting their hands on you.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't going for it down here in Texas either. Motherfucker, walk up and you finna get all this.
I love that.
I promise.
And so he knew that was a safe splat. He knew he can get away with that with that guy.
No.
He knew he can get away with that.
No.
Okay, I got OC.
No other comedian up here.
We keep saying it's safe that he can get away with it. But
I got a question for you, OC.
That's just my take.
OC, I keep hearing people say it was a safe slap. He knew he could get away with it because saying that ChrisRock ain't that type of dude. Okay,
it don't matter.
ChrisRock ain't that type of dude. Why he say it? Because that means ChrisRock knows him well enough to know I can't kick his ass and I shouldn't say something.
Let's just stop. Here we go with this BS again. You say some dirty shit about my mom one more time, I'm gonna smack this shit out of your ass. Come on, let's stop playing. Yeah. Let's be honest. If that dude's not engaging violently, but you keep scoring, as they say, you keep scoring, playing the dozen on my mama, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
I agree totally, and you should.
Let's just be
but
honest.
see, let me help Overton make his point. Overton is saying that when you put your hands on somebody, huh?
He's talking right now. Go ahead, OC.
No, I was just saying you can't put your hands on nobody just for talking, man. Just somebody can talk all they want to, say all they want to, but I know it's a fine line. But that line, Chris didn't cross that line at all. From what I've seen, he didn't cross that line at all. That was just a little joke, and that's just.
I can see what he's saying right there, because you're gonna have some people that just talk, and you be like, oh man, that dude just talking, man. But there's gonna be some times where you just had enough of that talk.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to shut you down. And I respect what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I know I sound like I'm going off the handle over here, so I apologize. But
no, you're good.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We just having a discussion. Because that's just my point of view. Your boy,
yeah. But I respect that though. It's an honor. You got a valid point. I definitely respect it.
Right. Hold on,
That's why they're not even talking about ChrisRock, because don't nobody see as Chris as did doing anything wrong. I mean, he could have not said that, and it could have been cool. But it's just talk, man. That's how.
So Overton, you ain't never put your hands on somebody for something they said ever?
For something they said? No, I ain't never put my hands on no.
You're in a very
few, my brother.
You're a better man than me, OC.
They got to be coming toward me. It got to be something like that for me to just jump off and slap somebody like that. I can't justify it.
So if they called you the N-word, you wouldn't.
If they called me the N-word, we'll have a discussion. We're gonna have a discussion about that. And if he walk up, if he walk up after something I just said to him, then it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
But I can see what OC talking about, because if you call me the N-word, we're gonna have a discussion. Don't you say that shit.
Lily said we have all.
Hey man, that Dennis, he needed that ass whooping. That Dennis needed that ass whooping.
Hey. And OC, I don't want nobody to think I'm a tough guy. I'm not that dude.
And it's not even that. It's not even that. I think you gonna stand your ground. You gonna do your thing. It's just what you're not gonna get too many. Your mouth not gonna be fly too much longer. I can promise you that.
Right.
So, but and the difference is that Dennis did some physical. He did something physically to hurt your little girl. That ain't up for discussion.
Right.
That ain't up for discussion. We
passed that point.
But I'll holler at y'all, man. Thank you for letting me get on.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Lily said we have all put our hands on somebody for bumping those gums. Come on, man.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. What?
She said we will have a discussion after I slap your ass.
Man, how many
CJ,
times?
he said he was from California. What did he say? Vallejo, California.
Vallejo. That's what being from.
Where he 40. Okay. Yeah. But and real quick on OC, man, this dude is super supportive. Every single show he pop in or he giving a thumbs up or whatever.
That's dope.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You look at him differently at the GMT.
No, man. I have long patience, but I just have small patience when people just keep like, dude, I done gave you a chance to be quiet, man.
Yeah, man.
Here's the thing, CJ. It was one joke, but it was
that night.
Another joke. Right.
And you know what? That joke just hit a nerve. It could have been a joke any other time.
It could have just been that one, the wrong one.
Funny, man.
To Dawk's point. How many times when they're not on camera is ChrisRock joke is scoring on Will or scoring on Jada?
Right.
We don't know that.
Exactly.
Right. It could be going on for the past 5 years.
Right.
This is the last throw.
All I say is watch that video again and watch that woman. And that tells you everything.
Right.
That lack of, and she did like this. And he looked over
sunlight, man. It's the light in the staircase, man. He said sunlight.
No. Australia. It's nighttime. He in 40.
No, 40 Texas, man. 40 Texas.
We thought that was Roy Ayers coming through. Everybody loves the sunshine.
Yeah.
These comments, man. I think ChrisRock plotted. I don't know, man.
I know Jada.
You slapped that on? I don't think so.
No.
Don't do it.
I just think too, we need to. I mean, people say, "Oh, I didn't know." She had alopecia, but you do know that this dude has been dragged through the mud for the past year and a half. You do know. You ain't stupid, Chris. Come on, you ain't stupid. Like I get people saying he didn't know, but still, like you act like the dude has been like his life been all great, and he ain't been on TV for every week. He ain't been on. He's been on at least
30 years.
5 podcasts on this network alone over this past 6 months. So there ain't no telling other podcasts, people calling them out. I see people all the time in his DMs calling him out. So like, yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, I'm with old Wilford. Wilford, he had a bad moment.
You're wrong, CJ. He has joked on them before, but I don't give a damn if it was half a joke.
Man, that's what I'm saying. I'm finna pull up, man. Stop. Man, stop. Man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Stop.
That's what I'm talking about. Justin. What Justin?
Oh, no.
Baby.
Hey, maybe he slapped him because he let Louis C.K. say the N-word and then let Ricky Gervais say the N-word and was trying to encourage Jerry Seinfeld to say it.
Oh, I remember that.
And Jerry Seinfeld was
like, "No, my brother. I'm good, bro."
Yeah. Hey, Jake Paul said he got 15 million for Will and Chris if they get in the ring. But I don't
Will Smith will beat the shit out of Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
Isn't it ironic that HRap's nemesis Stephen A. Smith is all over Will Smith about this?
Of course.
I saw that, man. I saw that, dog.
He's all over it.
But
he was on Twitter early with it last night too.
Hey, and that's why I made that comment last night about not saying anything bad.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to cook his ass. I was like,
yeah, he didn't waste no time making a comment.
Hey, but you know what? He changed his comment when Freddie Fox stepped up.
Yeah, what did Freddie Fox say?
Freddie Fox was like, man, you always talking and you don't know the whole story. You need to shut up. And then the next tweet was, see my brother Will Smith, because he know they don't call Freddie Fox bumpy knuckles for nothing.
Right.
He was next in line to get slapped.
I'm saying, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He don't want to smoke, OC. Trust me.
Theodore
Wilks. That ain't gonna ride too much longer, man. And I get it, man. People got off days, but sometimes your fly mouth just go strike that nerve because something else has been mounting.
Those days.
I gotta end it. I gotta put the period on the end of it.
Dog, I saw that though. Yeah, man.
Over the airwaves.
He put up a new video today too, dog.
Did he?
And people keep because if one of my supporters like it, I see it, and I'm like,
yeah, we definitely have to change the title of this show because we didn't touch any.
We have to say that for next week.
I figure. Yeah, we just to get this out the way now. We will be doing Master next week, Amazon. So you got a week to watch it. It'll be we'll be talking about that next week.
I'll be more composed next week. Sorry, guys.
Charlotte, Theodora, Vinny, appreciate you guys for tuning in and commenting. And Chris did that to himself. He threw the comment in after his script was vetted by the Oscars. That freestyle,
right,
got him a free woman. It did,
right.
Hey, if
just slide his ass right under the table.
And he openly said that wasn't that bad.
Right. Like, come on, man.
So I got a question.
Yeah, I think he just stopped.
50 been talking for a minute.
He talk mad shit about everybody. Hell yeah, he gonna get it too.
I don't think anybody has approached 50 though. At least I hadn't seen them.
Because they know he talking.
Gang did.
Oh, the game definitely did.
Yeah, there was them in beefing.
Rick Ross definitely don't put up with this shit
since he left. Gee.
Hey, man. I know when 50 got into it with Nas said you don't want these problems, and he apologized.
Who was Shay Sharp? Oh, Shannon Sharp. Okay.
Yeah, Shannon said he whooped Will ass. He said, I would have whooped Will Smith's ass. Or he would have had to whoop my ass.
Club Chase.
No, man.
So
you're not gonna keep talking. And here's the other thing: especially if somebody's kind of asked you to kind of keep it down, hey, chill out a little bit, man, back up. But if you just keep bumping, you keep pressing that button, and I've even asked you to chill out a little bit, but you want a full throttle, man, I might have to slide you under the table, man.
Janice's husband. You see what Janice's husband said? I ain't speaking of Reddy Care.
Anybody got a problem with us not reviewing this next movie?
Oh gosh.
But even though we ain't talking about the movie, that was a pretty good movie, man.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It had the Get Out vibe.
Save it.
Average.
Save it, because what HRap just said, I would not have predicted. Save it.
Gotta
save it.
I mean, it ain't get slapped at the Oscars.
Don't give away for free what we can say.
I am quiet, man. Don't let them fool you, man. I'm quiet, man. Just a lot of shit, man. Sorry, I apologize.
All right, so yeah, man, we definitely went in on this tonight. This has been talked about all day. It probably will be talked about all week.
Oh yeah.
I am waiting. I have not seen on camera at least Chris say anything. I'm sure he probably will say something. He did not.
He only posted something, but I couldn't find it. It looks like it was taken down or something, but it looked like it came from ChrisRock, but I can't find it.
He said something about God and all that stuff.
Because DL Hughley posted a picture of ChrisRock, and then when you swipe, it's showing the apology, but I guess it was taken down. I don't see it.
Hey, DL posted, and y'all thought me and Kanye had beef.
I was listening to his show last week. He just went in on and nothing he was saying was a lie. He just went in on Kanye, but nothing. Oh, he released the statement. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm working on my duck game.
Hats. Is that a collection of snapback hats in the background, Will?
It is. It is. It is. Yes, it is.
Elevate will be on it on Thursday. CJ and Lily coming on. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'll be on that
on Thursday. That's gonna be Tuesday. I'll go ahead and say it now. 23 and King will definitely be tackling that. That's gonna be a great conversation.
Tomorrow's episode, the slap heard around the world.
Should be a good one.
I immediately deleted what we had for tomorrow. Immediately.
I saw that.
Like it ain't happening.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's too good. When content is given to a podcaster,
hey, don't overlook it. Don't overlook it.
When they serve it on a silver platter,
right? Because it's the hottest thing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, I just
believe it or not, I'm not gonna say a word about it.
I believe it.
I was gonna watch because I said what I had to say tonight.
I'm done.
So we want to rate the slap. We into a movie.
I give it about 2.5 stars. It really wasn't that. I mean, the act, I give it 5 stars because he just walked up there. He ain't do no lip boxing. He just walked on up there, busting. He unbuttoned his coat on the way up.
Yeah,
slapped him. Yeah, fixed his vest and walked back, and then start chirping. That's how you do it. I thought G Money was in the back going, that's how you slap a motherfucker. Bam.
That clip from that Bernie Mac movie. I don't know what movie that was.
When when ChrisRock was running for office, when he was just slapping people.
Yeah,
that was from I can't think of the name of it, some state. Head of the state.
Head of state.
Yeah. So Bernie Mac got off the train and started slapping people.
Somebody said 5 stars.
Yeah, he saw stars already. Yeah, plenty of them.
Yeah.
Stars and green clovers and all that shit.
Yeah.
All right, what's coming up on End of the Bench tomorrow?
I'm gonna talk about this police chief in Fort Lauderdale who got fired for trying to make the police force look like America. I mean, it's a majority. Fort Lauderdale is a majority minority town, and he tried to make the police force look like it. He said it when he got hired, and they fired him for it. And I'll tell y'all the details on one of the reasons he got fired. I mean, the town is majority minority, and the police force is 66% white. And the Black News Channel is no longer here. And I'm gonna go get into that.
Yep, I've seen that.
And I think it was I'll talk about it tomorrow. It's too much to go into, but tune in tomorrow. The End of the Bench podcast. Butt naked under our clothes.
All right. Any final thoughts before we close out this very interesting episode of the Fourcast?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. I'm looking at this. I just got something that's basically saying that Will Smith apologized to ChrisRock.
He apologized last night.
To ChrisRock? Not to ChrisRock.
He apologized to the Academy.
To the Academy. But they're saying now that he's apologized in a message posted Monday night on Instagram.
Wow.
He says, my behavior at last night's Academy Award was unacceptable and inexcusable. He says violence in all its forms is poisonous and destructive. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally.
And that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if he says.
But people forget so quickly that, we can't have a human moment. We can't have a human experience.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm with you, Wilks. That's the thing that really annoys me. Right or wrong, Will Smith is a human being.
Right. Okay. I just feel like in some cases we're so quick to, how could he be like this? We probably did the same thing with our parents. They didn't take their love away from us, but they disciplined us. They gave us that discipline when we needed it. Now we want to take away his Oscar. Now we want to take away his moment. No, the movie was still good. He's still a good actor. I mean,
he killed that role.
Yeah, we just keep forgetting. As I say society, and I don't mean to lump everybody, but I guess some of the things I've seen today, and it's like, but God forbid if you ever pull back the covers on your lifestyle or livelihood, I'm sure there's some mistakes that you've made. I'm sure there's some boiling points. I'm sure there's some lines that you've crossed, and you've had to go back and eat some crow. Maybe you apologize. Maybe you didn't apologize because maybe y'all just squashed him by, hey, man, I get it. I was out of line. Yeah, I was out of line too. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, then we done. We moved on from it. And it's just, we so quick to, this was just violent. But we okay with different forms of violence when it's sports. But when curricular activity, when I'm going to smack the shit out of this nigga on stage, we got a problem.
Really? So and his direct part to Chris was, I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. Smith said in a statement Monday, I'm embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There's no place for violence in a world of love and kindness.
And that's okay. That is absolutely okay because he's having a human experience. And we keep forgetting one thing. We keep forgetting one thing. Denzel Washington said, the devil is going to always show up when you're at your highest moment. When Jesus got baptized, the devil was right there, ready.
That was that old man wisdom at the perfect time.
Man, right there. When Job was losing everything and his wife was telling him to curse God and die, the devil was right there. But he said, his soul is still mine. You can have his riches and his material things, but you can't have his soul because it belongs to me. You can't pluck him out of my hand. But we forget these things.
Talk to him. And the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences released a statement saying it condemns the actions of Mr. Smith at last night's show. We have officially started a formal review around the incident and will explore further action and consequences in accordance with our bylaws, standards of conduct, and California law, it said.
Yeah. Man, and that's why I don't watch the whole punk ass show. Take the shit. I don't care.
His comment, I'm a work in progress.
That's right.
That's 100. We all are. And here's the bigger.
Oh, I'm sorry that we were found in our brokenness. I'm so sorry.
Here's the bigger problem. We as people, period, we find a person and we put them up here. They're not supposed to be there. The only person that's supposed to be there is God. That's it. It's not supposed to be your it's not supposed to be your pastor, it's not supposed to be your professor, your parents, your wife. Nobody else is supposed to be on that.
I remember people. Oh man, how could Mike Tyson
supposed to be there?
They're
human.
How can Mike Tyson do that? How can he bite that man's ear like that? Oh man, that's some punk move right there, man. They supposed to be boxing, but now all of a sudden we embracing Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
because
we got permission.
Yeah, it's like so how we quickly forget. You know, we've turned that aside and moved away from those things. Like, hey, let's just move on. Let's press forward. And like WillSmith did, and like Chris, just like any other time, we have moments. We're gonna be upset for a minute. Leave me upset because that's probably the best thing right now. When I come down, I'll come down off this high right now, and I will apologize. And maybe I won't apologize. Maybe he'll apologize. But we just keep forgetting we're having those human experiences, and like David Chappelle said, we're having a human moment right now. I'm having an experience,
living life on life's terms.
I'm so sorry that I'm having. Oh,
that's the funniest comment of the night.
And he
be wearing that black glove. With a Johnny.
If they were smart, they would at least have Will and Chris do a presentation together next year.
They will. Nah, they want ratings, man. They will. Absolutely. It's gonna happen next year.
Why not?
They probably will. Smart.
Why not?
That would be smart.
It would be a smart move. Why not?
From a business standpoint.
Again, Mike Tyson is benefiting off of little bitty ear edibles.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, let's stop. Like,
I'm benefiting off them too, not selling them.
Hey.
Chewing them up.
Gobble, gobble.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here, man.
Let's go ahead and close.
HRap the only one been asleep all night. All day.
Pain. I'm Clubber Lane. What's your prediction for the show, HRap?
I predict pain.
Won't you tell that pretty little wife of yours? Speaking of, that was a great callback considering the show today.
Hey, woman,
tell that pretty little wife of yours to come see what a real man like.
You see, even Rocky wanted to fight.
Yeah,
Rocky wanted to fight.
Right. You running that mouth.
One more thing. This is the thing to tie into what Wilks said. Everybody always talking about, I want to be like it was in the old school. Old school used to get your ass kicked.
Right.
Take this ass whooping and shut up. We done.
Take it. Take this
ass. Because the minute they pull a gun out, why they got to go for the gun? Why can't they go? Why can't they squab? Which one did you want?
They squabbed, okay? Well, it wasn't a squab. It was a.
Hey, so much for sticks and stones may break your bone.
Right,
exactly.
Get out of here, man. People want what they want when they want it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna close. We can close the show out. We can go to you, HRap, but also we're starting a new thing. We have What You Need to Know, which is by Sybil Wilks. Every show we'll end it with that. It's a 3-minute clip talking about news details that you need to know for the day. We get those emailed to us, so we're going to be posting those up. But go ahead, HRap, before we close everything.
Salute to Reggie O'Shea and Craig Smith, Combat Jack, aka Reggie O'Shea, aka Combat Jack. Dream your dreams and man up and woman up and live your dreams, because life without dreams flows in black and white. Life with dreams flows in technicolor surround sound, and y'all already know it. If I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, don't ask for WillSmith. No, if you need it, get it from God.
Peace.
Peace.
Wilks with What You Need to Know. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022. Number 1. In the weeks following the 2020 presidential election.
Oh.
Let me.
Wilks with what you need to know. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022. Number 1. In the weeks following the 2020 presidential election.
It's not accurate.
We won't be getting it.
Wilks with what you need to know. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022. Number 1. In the weeks following the 2020 presidential election.
Well, we just gonna end the show. I don't know what. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a second. Talk amongst yourselves real quick.
No, it ain't that important, man. We're playing.
No, this practice for next
shit,
week.
if they need to know what they need to know at 10:12 p.m., man, it's too late anyway. Shit, they should have known it early.
All right, we can close it out with
we'll try that next week.
A new promo with updated shows. We'll see y'all next week.
Right.
Peace.
This is what you need to know.